Hello, I'm David, a technician at AVADirect, and today we're going to be looking at the ASUS ROG Z790 Apex Encore. So the Z790 Apex Encore is one of ASUS's premier overclocking motherboards. Now it has some features that overclockers will really appreciate, including overclocking your RAM to 8400 megahertz. It has two DIMM RAMs for even more stable overclocks, and it also has a dedicated LN2 BIOS for sub-zero overclocking. On the back, we have a clear CMOS and a BIOS flashback button, two PS2 ports, one for mouse, one for keyboard, 4 USB 5 gigabits per second, 5 USB 10 gigabits per second, 1 20 gigabytes per second Type-C, 1 2.5 gig networking, Wi-Fi 7, along with a full suite of sound ports. On the top, we have fan header, 2 8-pin EPS, 2 more fan headers for CPU and CPU optional. We have 2 ARGB headers and an AIO header. On the side, we have a safe boot button, the start button, the flex key button. We have some BLCK overclocking buttons, your 24-pin, your USB-C front panel, a chassis fan. You have your PCIe disconnect switch on the side. We have your USB 3, a PCIe power input, 4 SATAs, another fan header. We have your front panel at the bottom, another fan header, 2 USB 2.0s, a BIOS switch button, a water pump header, another USB 3 front panel header. We have a Thunderbolt header. We have some overclocking dip switches for LN2 mode and slow mode and stuff like that. 2 more RGB headers, 1 ARGB, 1 standard RGB. And we have your front panel audio header. Now for storage, we have 5 possible M.2 slots. We have 1 Gen 5 here. We have 2 Gen 4 down here. We also have 2 additional ones on the DIMM.2 module, which is a separate module that's slotted in that can hold more SSDs. This board specifically is really tailored for liquid nitrogen overclocking. So instead of having a normal like heatsink or an AIO, they'll have what's called a honey pot, which is just a big copper pot that sits on it, and you just pour liquid nitrogen into it. Yeah, so it's like sub 150 Celsius. And then you just like, it's super cool to watch, because they'll do it and then they need to get like a nice layer of ice, so they'll hit it with a blowtorch. It's super cool. They'll hit it with a blowtorch and then top it off again, blowtorch, and they'll try to like keep it at a nice even level while running benchmarks. But I mean, this board's built for that. Now, another cool feature is graphics cards getting huge, right? So you can never get them out, but they added this cool push button, which disengages the PCI latch, so you can pull your graphics card out without struggling. When you're using liquid nitrogen to overclock processors, there's basically no stability. Most overclockers will use only 1 core, and they will try to get that single core as fast as they can. So they will very often have their board completely freeze up, just stop working. So the LN2 BIOS will make it a little more stable so they could continue overclocking without completely disassembling the board and cleaning it off and stuff like that. Now, this board is primarily for overclocking, so you do lose some of the creature comforts that you'd be used to on a higher end board like this. Like, it doesn't have Thunderbolt 4, and it doesn't have all 4 DIMM slots, so the board is limited to 128 gigabytes of RAM, but it does have 2.5 gig networking and Wi-Fi 7. Now, I really like this board. If you're looking for one of the best overclocking boards on the market, I think even at $649, this board is a steal. Once again, my name is David with AVADirect. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this overview on the ROG Maximus Z790 Apex Encore.
If you like the PC and the video, be sure to contact our sales team by emailing sales@avadirect.com or head to the website by clicking the link within the description below. You can choose from many pre-built options, gaming or workstation based, or use the configurator to build the PC of your dreams. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so you can be notified of future content, and give the video a like in support of our channel. You can follow the variety of our social media channels by visiting avadirect.com/community And you can also join our Discord if you wish to engage in discussions related to custom-built PCs.